Well, it's here, Gears of War for the third time, and making its debut on the PlayStation platform. Will the new features be enough to make Gears of War Reloaded worth the purchase? Has the original Gears overstayed its welcome? Or is it just as timeless as ever? It's time to talk some Reloaded. Let's get into it. I strongly feel that Gears of War Reloaded shows us just how well Gears of War has aged in terms of originality, fun, and replayability. As a longtime Gears of War fan that has played the original trilogy multiple times, Reloaded had me hooked all over again. This time though, I was playing through the lens of a reviewer, and so because of that, I couldn't help but notice all the little details and ultimately what I still think makes the original Gears of War really good even all these years later. The horror elements and sound effects are still impressive. It always feels unnerving hearing the locusts hiss and grunt as they approach, while also making me smile anytime one of them tried to give me a jump scare. Gears of War is so good because it has this gritty, dark atmosphere while also having the best cover shooting to ever exist. And it's such a versatile one at that, offering all these multiple weapons that I can use to gib locusts into bits, and I really admired that in 2025. Reloaded once again proves that there is no other experience like Gears of War. It's just so much one of a kind. The horror elements and the intense action that Gears of War provides from the start is still so good. I will always remember when I first met the Berserker all those years ago, and then now seeing her again in Reloaded just relives that special moment for me. Only this time it looks and plays better than ever. From the bromance and the sarcastic dialogue between these characters to the intense encounters with wretches and boomers and everything else in between, Gears of War is still a blast to play, and Reloaded just proves that it always will be. What's even more exciting is that more players than ever can experience this game with all the bells and whistles. Arguably, the most enticing reason to play Reloaded is that Gears of War is releasing on PlayStation for the first time. So anyone who missed it can now experience this franchise and understand why this was such an influential game back on Xbox when it released. You'll be able to experience Reloaded on PlayStation 5 with a total of 57 trophies, as well as activities and challenges, all while using the DualSense, which features haptics and force feedback, as well as the adaptive triggers when you blow these locusts into bits, and it feels pretty damn nice, I gotta say. For those on the PS5 Pro, which is what I'm playing on here as you can see, you're gonna get more bells and whistles to improve the experience even further. This includes shadow quality improvements, high quality sampling, faster increase in the rendering resolution by 25%, and of course the PSSR, which is going to bring a little bit more to the table there. Needless to say, Gears of War Reloaded looks fantastic on the Pro. It really does, especially on an OLED TV. And I'm really glad I got to experience it that way. It looked beautiful. As great as Gears of War Reloaded looks and performs on the Pro though, it's not without its hiccups, which are almost iconic and nostalgic at this point. Anyone who's experienced the original Gears of War or Gears of War Ultimate Edition are not going to be strangers to this game kind of acting funny at times. And it's no different here on PlayStation. Marcus's partner Dom still acts silly when playing solo on the campaign. I saw him getting stuck between cover, running around like a chicken without his head at times, and the more I sped through the familiar areas, the wackier he acted. And I mostly ignored it because I'm used to it from the previous games, but for others, especially those coming in for the first time, Dom behaving this way might get a little annoying, so just keep that in mind. You could ignore him, he can get up on his own. I also noticed a few glitches, such as Cole not having a gun at one point, and that was really funny. Also Jack taking much longer than usual to open doors, so that happened a couple times. It's not perfect, but considering this is an almost 20-year-old game, I still feel that Gears has aged well in both the entertainment factor as well as performance. So why play the original Gears of War again, you might be asking? Well, performance is a key reason, as we discussed, and those who want to experience this remaster campaign and multiplayer can now experience it in 4K resolution with HDR, 60 frames for campaign, 120 frames for multiplayer, so it falls in line with today's gaming standards. For those who want to experience the Gears of War multiplayer again or for the first time, Reloaded has you more than covered. All 19 maps are remastered with 4K textures and visual improvements, and then you have crossplay, which will bring all the platforms together with a total of 8 PvP game modes such as Team Deathmatch, Execution, Annex, which was my longtime favorite back in the day, and of course King of the Hill. Unfortunately, though, I wasn't able to play any multiplayer due to empty lobbies. Nobody was in there. But I did play the beta, of course, and I had a great time. So I got nothing but love for the multiplayer, and I'm excited to play it once people have their hands on the game. And speaking of the multiplayer, there's also a list of fixes that the developers are implementing due to all the feedback from the beta. You have PC improvements, Nasher tuning, and of course, some cross-platform improvements as well. You'll be able to see the icons better to know who's playing where, which is cool. I mean, that's a console war that, you know, I can get behind. And so, yeah, the verdict on this, you guys know, I'm a Gears head. I've been a Gears head for years and years, and I love this franchise. It's always great to run it back and play it again. And, you know, it does bring Gears of War back in the way that feels fresh and revitalizing to the series. I feel Reloaded does that really well. But the downside of that is it left me wanting more. After rolling the credits, I wanted nothing more than to immediately jump into the rest of the story. Gears of War 2 and 3 are just on the shelf with no remaster, no remake in sight. And that's a damn shame. It's been a shame. We've been asking for all 3 to get remastered, remade, ported to PC, all of the above, and it just doesn't happen for 2 and 3 for, you know, whatever reason. The idea is that maybe, you know, this game sells really good and then they go ahead with 2 and 3 being remastered. Who knows? All I know is I wanted nothing more than to jump into 2 right after this game. And so that's a bit of a disappointment not having that option. And so as great as this is, of course, a lot of people will agree, especially if they're longtime fans, it's going to feel good jumping into this. It's going to look great. It's going to play great. You're going to have a great time. But you're probably going to want more, like I do. But yeah, man, thankfully, Gears of War Reloaded is a fair price, $40. It's also free to upgrade if you own the digital version of Ultimate Edition. So that's sweet for the Xbox users, PC as well. And then you can also get it day one on Game Pass. So there's plenty of ways to play this without breaking the bank. And that's my review, you guys. I hope you enjoyed. Gears is timeless. It's always going to be. And Reloaded proves that even further. But that's it, you guys. I hope you enjoyed. Let me know what you think, and I will catch you in my next video, whenever that is. Have a great one.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. You're good to go. Where the hell are you guys? Hello? Got him. Got one. Let's get that vehicle. Hell yes.